see why we have to go riding clear across 2 states just because the old fossil got himself elected town marshal.
Well, you can turn back if you want, but personally, I've been wanting to see the old cuss ever since he left the bar 20.
Well, I hate to admit it. Just so bad.
I'll better keep moving then. We'll never have a better excuse to pay him a visit.
All right. Get your hands up. Quick. All of you. Come on, you hear me. All right, old-timer. Get their guns. From now on, this town is going to be a decent place for folks to live in. And then Hoppy herds them all off to jail. And that was the end of the Lost Hills gang at Macy Grandy.
Gee, Mr. Windy, all those men, and was it Hoppy wounded or anything?
Wounded? Why, them pesky cow thieves didn't even get a chance to get their guns working. Hoppy was too fast for them. Besides, wasn't I there to back him up?
Gosh, Mr. Cassidy must be able to do just about everything better than anybody else.
Well, if he can't, I've sure wasted a lot of time learning him how to do things.
Come on, Mr. Windy, tell me some more.
Well, now, let's see. Oh, yeah. I remember once when Hoppy was marshal down at,
Lose something, Mr. Windy?
You ain't seen anything of my marshal's badge, have you? Ought to be around here summers.
It'd be terrible if you lost it, wouldn't it?
You darn tootin'. It'd be a it'd be awful. What tarnation is that, anyhow?
Look! Hoppy's got it!
Oh, what? Just like his namesake, always spotting something nobody else can't see.
Joey, it's time we headed back for the ranch.
Ma, I don't want to go yet. Mr. Windy's telling me some more about Hopalong Cassidy.
Haven't you heard enough about this Jack, the giant killer, for one day? What am I going to do with this little man, Windy? You filled his head so full of stories about this Cassidy that I can't get him to think or talk about anything else.
Well, Mrs. Joyce, Joey never does nothing worse than pattern after Hopalong Cassidy. He'll be all right. Why, Hoppy's the whitest, gamest, squarest...
Ridingest, fightingest, shootingest. Yes, I know, Windy. Joey's told me all about it a dozen times.
Well, it's the truth. Every word of it. I wouldn't be surprised if Hoppy'd be paying me a little visit. Soon as he find out I've been elected marshal of this here town.
Put up your hands, fella.
What are you arresting me for? I'm just waiting for an eastbound train.
I'm not arresting you, you sap. Get him up.
You sure picked the wrong customer. I ain't got a dime to my name. Why, they took every... Well, if it ain't Smokey Jocelyn.
Your name's Trainer, ain't it? You were in the pen over at Florence a couple of years ago.
Yeah, Tex Trainer. But how did you get out? I thought you had about 10 more years to do.
I happened to be looking the other way, and I decided to take myself a little vacation. But what are you doing in this part of the country?
Oh, trying to pick up a little easy money around Cactus Springs. But the brakes were all against me. And I went broke.
Law too tough for you?
The law? Why, the only law they got is an old bird they elected marshal for a laugh.
Well, that ought to make things easier for me. Hey, look. There's a ranch outside of Cactus Springs. Belongs to a woman. A good-looking gal, about 30, and has a kid, 8 years old, called Joey. You happen to know where the place is?
The only one that answers that description is the widow Joyce. Owns the Circle J Ranch about 6 miles this side of town.
Look, Trainer, you're pretty handy with a gun. You know this country. I'm going to give you a chance to make a little money.
All right. What have I got to do?
Get to Tucson as quick as you can. Then look up an old friend of mine, Stiff Hat Bailey. You remember him, don't you?
Yeah.
With me handling the head work and him doing the outside job, why, this territory ought to be all right for us.
the Rio, and you never get to doing what you ought to do. It rolls along, abiding of its time, through the adobe slime, and doesn't care a dime. It sings a song, and that's the reason I'm a-feeling mighty strong about the Rio Grande. Life is free.
Bang, bang, bang! Bang, 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 bang! I'll bring every one of you outlaws to justice if it's the last thing I ever do. Bang!
Joey, you should have been asleep an hour ago. Now, come on, get into bed.
I was planning on Hopalong Cassidy.
Will you forget about Hopalong Cassidy for the night and go to sleep?
Mother, I'm not sleepy. Tell me a story. Tell me some more about my dad.
I've told you all I can, dear. Now go to sleep.
How long has he been dead, Mother?
Your father died when you were a year old.
I bet he was as brave as anybody.
He was as fine and brave as any man who ever lived, Joy.
And he died serving his country, didn't he?
Yes, dear. Now go to sleep.
I will.
And no one's ever breezy there, 'cause that's the
Good night. Good night.
You watch the sleepy Rio just a-rolling along, singing a song, heading for the promised land. Lazy rolls the Rio Grande, the river rolling, 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 rolling along.
Bob, I thought you were...
Yeah, surprised to see your husband, huh? Well, to save you asking a lot of unnecessary questions, I broke out of jail 4 days ago.
You had no right to come here. Joy thinks you're dead.
Oh, yes, I heard all about that pretty little fairy tale. Smoky Joslin, brave and fine, died serving his country.
I had to lie to him. And you're not going to come back and spoil everything now.
Whether or not I spoil things depends on you. Sit down. I want to have a little talk with you. So, Mrs. Bob Joslin turns out to be the widow Joyce. The brave little lady came out and homesteaded a piece of ground and built it into a prosperous ranch for her son. I heard all about it.
What do you intend to do about it?
Oh, I don't know. I think I'll stay around here for a few days and just sort of get my bearings.
If it's money you want, I'm cattle poor, but I have a few dollars.
I'm not interested in a few dollars. I said I was going to stay here for a while. Don't touch that gun. You might as well get smart to yourself right now. You're not going to turn me in. You can't, unless you want to do a lot of explaining to that kid. I thought that would get you. Now listen to me. I want you to dig me up some clothes. I can't wear these around here.
But I haven't anything to give you, Bob. The only clothes I have are some things that belong to my brother, Dan.
They'll do. Nobody around here knows that he's been killed, do they?
No.
All right. If anybody asks you who I am, I'm your brother, Dan Bennett. Get the clothes.
You stay there, Joy. I'll be right back.
All right, Mother.
We'll get a couple of drinks to wash the dust down our throats, and you can tip off Joslin we're here.
Just as you say, Bailey.
Me and Haskins will round up some of the boys and find a place to hang out until Johnson's ready for us.
Hoppy, come back here!
Get out of here! Get out of here, you mutt!
Quit kicking my dog, you!
Don't do that. Where I come from, men don't go around slapping little boys. Let him go.
I didn't mean any harm, mister. But of course, if you're asking for it...
I'll get even with you for kicking my dog.
Get back to your wagon, Sonny. Come on.
Yes, sir.
Now get moving, all of you.
You ain't seen the last of me yet, mister.
Anytime you say.
Thanks, mister.
All right, son. You better keep that dog of yours tied up, though.
I will.
Well, doggone my hide if it ain't Lucky Jenkins. Hi, son.
Hello, Windy.
Well, see, you sure have grown since I seen you last. But you ain't a mite prettier.
Well, maybe so, but as long as I don't get to look like you, I've still got something to be thankful for.
Hey, you better watch your step, young feller. You're talking to the town marshal of Cactus Springs.
Don't you start putting on any airs with me just because you got that old tin badge.
Don't you talk to me that way. I'll give you to understand that badge means something in this community.
Oh, yeah?
Where's Hoppy?
He's across the street. He had a fracas with some of your tough citizens. At least they thought they were tough until he whipped them into line.
Oh, fracas, eh? Where are they? Show 'em to me.
You're just like every other town marshal. You get to the trouble when the shooting's over.
Ah,
Uh-oh. He's in more trouble.
that's the Lady Joyce. I wonder what she's up to.
It's a pretty state of affairs when decent citizens can't ride into town without being shot at by you would-be bad men.
You mean me?
Yes, you. I heard the shooting. Are you hurt, Joy?
No, I'm all right.
Well, I'm sorry I'd upset you, but you see, I
I don't see anything, except that old people like you should be locked up. Halliday needn't brag to me about this town being cleaned up. And look at that. Look at my molasses. And look at this buckboard. Well, you're not going to get away with it, that's all. Put up your hands. Put them up, I say.
You want them any higher?
Now, don't try to be funny. Now, you're going to pay me for that molasses and the damage to this buckboard, or there'll be one less good-for-nothing bandit in this town.
But, Ma!
Now, Sonny, don't get your ma too irritated. She's a right dangerous woman, your ma is.
She sure is, mister. You better do what she says.
Well, come on, pay up.
Um,
It's probably the first time you've ever been made to pay for shooting at honest people.
well, come to think of it, I guess it is. How much do I owe you?
That molasses cost 60 cents, if you've got that much.
You'll find it right in that pocket. Can I hold this for you?
Yes.
Hey, I better go over there and tell the Lady Joyce who Hoppy is.
Let him straighten it out for himself.
Oh, keep your money. It's probably stolen anyway.
Anything else I can do for you, ma'am?
You just wait till I tell Marshal Halliday about this. Get up.
Sometimes you have to untie him, ma'am.
Oh, Joyce, if you dare to laugh at that... Get up.
I don't like the looks of things, Windy.
What are you talking about?
Well, every woman that started out by fighting with Hoppy usually winds up by trying to hook him into getting married. Did you notice the way he smiled at her?
By golly, you're right, Lucky. You know, she's just smart enough and pretty enough to do it, too. If she ever set her mind to it.
Wouldn't it be awful, Windy, after all these years for Hoppy to get married?
Awful? Why, it'd be it'd be terrible. Oh, you don't have to worry none about Hoppy. Ain't no woman gonna hook him.
Quiet, here he comes.
Same old Hoppy. Doggone your hide. In town 2 minutes looking for trouble. Why, say, I thought for a minute I'd have to go there and come to your rescue.
Same old Windy, always ready and willing to back me up.
Yes.
You sure backed down when that lady lit into you. What'd you let her do it for?
Well, you can't blame her for getting a little mad. Say, who is she?
Oh, widow woman named Joyce. Got a ranch over west of town.
Spunky little cuss.
Yeah.
Kind of pretty, too, don't you think?
Oh, I hadn't noticed, huh? Say, she is kind of easy to look at.
Oh, no. He's not ripe to get hooked. Not much.
What are you talking about?
You'll find out soon enough.
Have you any idea what he's trying to say?
What's going on here, anyhow?
Will you get your nose out of here?
Well, what is it?
I got a surprise for you.
Shorty water?
No.
I'll bet you could use some.
Oh, stop it, Lucky. Hold him and get that old musket off of him.
What do you mean, hold him? What? Hey, what are you doing here, Lucky? Hey.
This is one time when you're not going to see or talk.
Hold still, will you? All right, turn him loose.
You ain't going to take my gun. I've had that gun for 40... What is it?
What are you mumbling about?
What is this?
It's a present for you from Lucky and me.
Present? For me?
Sure. You like it, old-timer?
Like it. Slicker than a brook trout. I'd like to be able to thank you fellas, but I don't know, for some reason or other, I just ain't got any words.
If I thought I'd affect you like that all the time, I'd bring you a present every day.
Well, that's one time I ain't going to argue with you, you young whippersnapper. I suppose there are times when I talk too much.
We don't care how much you talk. It sounds good to us to hear it again. Say, you got any good ham and egg in this part of the country?
Ham and egg? You're darn tootin'. Best in the West. Right this way, gentlemen.
There he goes again.
Hey, what are you taking it off for?
I'm going to save this for my Sunday shooting. I'm going to put it right in here for safekeeping.
Why don't you hang it out on the front porch?
This is going to be one of the easiest jobs we ever tackled. There's over 1,000 head of prime cattle on the Joyce Ranch just aching to go across that border.
Well, sounds all right. But it may not be as easy as you think. Not with this guy Cassidy in the neighborhood.
Who's Cassidy?
A two-fisted gunman, a friend of the marshal. Bailey here had a run-in with him this morning.
Yeah, well, don't you worry none about that guy. I'll make it a point to take care of him personally. When do we move?
Just as soon as I hear from the buyers. That'll be, I don't think more than a couple of days. I already contacted them.
That's fine.
I thought you'd ought to know about it, Marshal. One of our boys said he saw Stiff Hat Bailey heading for the Blue Hills yesterday.
Oh, you needn't worry none about him. He's too smart to start pulling jobs around here as long as I am, Marshal. Oh, hello, Hoppy. Have a good night's rest?
You bet I did. Hey, have you seen Lucky?
Yeah, down at the loading pens, watching road cattle.
Just like a mailman taking a walk on his vacation. Huh?
Yeah. Oh, Hoppy, once you meet Slim Baker, hop along Cassidy.
Howdy.
Right glad to know you, Cassidy.
Foreman over the widow Joyce's ranch. Slim's a little mite worried since he heard that Stiff Hat Bailey's in the neighborhood.
Who's he?
He's the slickest cattle thief in the state. So smart that no one's been able to catch him with the goods. What worries me, we're a bit short-handed. And us with 1,000 head of cattle rounded up, almost ready to be shipped.
Well, I don't want you to think I'm butting into your business, Marshal, but if I can be of any help to you,
Oh, shucks, Hoppy. There ain't a cow been rustled in this neighborhood since I was made marshal. Of course, it'll make you feel any easier. You can kind of help me keep an eye on the herd, you know, just in case.
Well, that's mighty decent of you, Marshal.
Yeah.
I'll go get Lucky and we'll ride out and look over the situation.
We're holding the herd down in the south pasture.
I'll see you out there.
So long, Hoppy.
Bye.
I sure do things the hard way in this part of the country. Get that first one started, the rest to follow. Here, I'll show you.
Hey, Lucky. Come on, we're going for a little ride.
I'll be with you as soon as I show these fellas how this job ought to be done.
Well, if I couldn't see it with my own eyes, I'd never believe it. Lucky Jenkins actually doing some work without being hog-tied and forced into it.
Oh, yeah?
Hello, mister.
Hi, young fella.
How are you this morning?
Fine, thanks. But I didn't see you around town. I kind of figured you'd be over here.
Well, I'm sure glad you come over to see me.
I just wanted to thank you for what you did yesterday.
Well, there's no thanks necessary. I know you've done as much for me.
Well, anytime I can do something for you, just call on me. I'll be glad to do it.
Now, you might do something for me at that. You might tell your mother that I'm not near as tough as she thinks I am.
I already told her what you did to those 3 men, but she's still kind of mad. Women folks always get mad when you laugh at them, don't they?
That's something for you to remember. Might save you a lot of trouble later on. What'd you call that dog?
Hoppy. I named him after Hopalong Cassidy.
Hopalong Cassidy?
Yeah, you've heard of him, haven't you?
No, I can't say that I have.
What? Why, everybody's heard about Hopalong Cassidy.
Well, come to think of it, I have heard of him someplace. How'd you happen to name your dog after Cassidy?
Well, I wanted to give him a name he'd be proud of. Next to my dad, I guess Hopalong Cassidy's the greatest fella I ever heard of.
You know, I'll bet Cassidy'd be awful happy if he knew you felt that way about him.
Well, I do. Marshal Holiday says he's the best gunfighter in the whole world. He's fair and he's square, and always helping folks when somebody's picking on him. That's what I'm going to try to be like when I grow up.
That's a good idea, son. I mean the part about giving the other fella an even break. Always playing square and helping folks when they need you. You'll never go far wrong so long as you got ideas like that. Well, I gotta be moving.
So long.
See you later. And be careful up here.
I
What's the matter, Lucky? The going getting too tough for you?
Meanest bunch of critters I ever saw. Look at them.
Well, maybe they know it's going to be their last ride.
That come pretty near being his last ride. He nearly fell in a while ago.
If a man fell in there, he wouldn't have one chance in a million coming out alive. I saw it happen once.
Yeah, so did I, and I never want to see it again.
Give me that fool. Come on, get in here. Lucky! Deputy, get the doctor.
Doc's out in the country on a case and won't be back till tomorrow.
I guess I'll have to do this job myself then. Get me your medicine cabinet.
Joey, what's happened to him?
Boy's leg is broken. Take it easy, son. This is going to hurt a little.
You leave him alone till the doctor gets here.
Waiting for the doctor might be serious. Give me the scissors.
I'd rather you'd wait for the doctor.
The boy'll be all right. Give me some iodine. Lucky, get something I can use for splints.
You can't do this. He's my son.
Well, I'm doing it. Now, please keep away.
Marshal, Joyce heard, and this man won't wait for the doctor.
Get a panel water.
Well, why don't you do something?
Don't shoot, Marshal. I'll give up as soon as I finish this job.
Young man, I ought to lock you up for practicing medicine without a license. Mrs. Joyce, I want you to meet Hopalong Cassidy. You don't have to worry none about him. He's a regular he's a regular fella.
Oh, for goodness sake, I'm sorry.
You mean about the molasses? Oh, that was fun.
Are you really Hopalong Cassidy?
That's what they call me, son. Give me some cotton, Lucky.
Lie down, Joy. You'll hurt yourself.
You don't need to worry about me now, Mom. I'll be all right.
There we go. Take it easy now. Windy, you and Lucky report to Slim. I'll be out later. Tie Topper over there.
Well, my part of the deal's all set. How about you?
Everything's all ready as far as I'm concerned. It'd be a cinch to take care of the herd guards, and I've got a safe trail to the border all picked out.
Well, that's fine. We can get away from here tomorrow night. Oh, Franny, come here. Who's that?
It's the Cactus Springs Marshal.
Oh, yeah? Well, who's that with him?
I don't know, some stranger.
I wonder if he has wind or something.
Well, if he has, we'll close his little book right now.
Hold it. Doing that'll bring the whole neighborhood down on us before we're ready to move. When I get back to the ranch house, I'll find out from Mary if she heard anything about you in town this morning. Trainer can pass the word back. You can keep an eye on the ranch house from here. If I want you, I'll hang a rag in the tool shed window.
I get it.
We better get out and let him get some sleep.
You think he'll be all right, Mr. Cassidy?
Oh, sure. Young Bones mend very fast. And besides, he's not the kind that gives up easy.
I can't tell you how grateful I am.
I was glad to do what I could. You know, I kind of like that boy of yours.
He kind of likes you, too, Hoppy.
I hope I never do anything to make him change his mind.
I don't think you could.
I'll ride by in the morning to see how he is.
This is my brother, Dan Bennett.
Howdy, Bennett. My name is Hopalong Cassidy.
How do you do?
Mr. Cassidy is a friend of the Marshal's, Dan. My brother just returned from Mexico a few days ago.
Is that so? That's my old stamping ground down there. Was you down there long?
Oh, yes, for the past 5 years.
I go see old Deganado?
You'll have to come again on that, mister.
Don't you speak Spanish?
I was never interested enough to learn the language.
I just asked you what business you was in.
Oh, did a little mining down around Santa Rosa.
Yeah, it's great mining country. Great ranching country, too. Friend of mine owns the Gonzalez Rancho down there. Did you ever hear of it?
Of course. I know him well. As a matter of fact, I talked to him just the day before I left.
Oh, that's funny. Gonzalez has been dead over a year. His daughter's running the ranch.
I may be referring to an entirely different Gonzalez ranch.
Sure. Maybe you are.
What have you been telling Cassidy?
Nothing.
I don't like your attitude, Cassidy. What right have you got to cross-examine me?
Well, I wasn't aiming to, but so long as you're getting so head up over nothing, I'll make you a bet you've never been in Mexico.
You calling me a liar?
I'm sure he isn't lying, Mr. Cassidy.
I'm afraid you're wrong, Mary. He's already crossed himself up twice, and I've just begun to wonder what he's doing wearing a dead man's clothes.
What are you trying to say?
Those are bullet holes. Whoever had them clothes on last was dead when they hit the ground. Just a minute. I'll take care of that little trinket. State property, huh?
All right, Cassidy, you're holding the aces. What next?
We'll just put you away for safekeeping till Mary's cattle are shipped. You know, there's some rustlers around, and you might get mixed up in some bad company.
You aren't going to take him to jail.
I don't like doing it, Mary, but looks like the only way out. Better for everybody. For him as well as for us.
But you can't do that. He'll be recognized. He'll be sent back to prison.
Shut up!
Now, I don't like to be inquisitive, but I don't like working in the dark either. Go ahead and talk, Mary. What's the answer to all this?
Mother!
Please, please come outside. I'll be right back, Joy.
That's far enough.
If my boy finds out about all this now, it will destroy everything I've built up all these years. He'll lose his faith in everything, in everybody.
Well, why should he? It's not the boy's fault that his uncle is a jailbird.
He isn't my brother. He's Bob Joslin, my husband. Joy's father. And you've got to let him get away.
I have no right to.
Please, for Joy's sake.
All right. If you'll keep your mouth shut to that boy, I'll give you a chance to get out of the country.
You're the only man that ever gave me an even break, Cassidy. And why shouldn't I accept it? I'll leave when it gets dark.
I'll give him enough money to get away.
That's fine.
Mother, will you come here a minute, please?
Right away.
You better see what he wants, and I'll come by in the morning and see how he is.
I'll never forget what you've done for me, Mr. Cassidy.
Neither will I. Forget what you've done for me.
The only thing I expect of you is to keep your mouth shut to that boy.
baby me, I'll be all right.
Of course you will, Joy.
You know, Ma, a fella gets to do a lot of thinking when he's laid up this way.
Yes? What's on your mind?
Well, I was just thinking, wouldn't it be swell to have a fella like Hoppy around all the time?
Well, it would be nice, Joy. But I hardly think we could get Mr. Cassidy to stay.
Sure you can. You don't need to pay him anything.
What do you mean?
You could marry him.
Oh, Joy. Why, I couldn't do that.
You like him, don't you?
Why, of course I like him very much.
Well, then what's stopping you? I bet he'd marry you in a minute if you asked him to. Lots of women will jump at the chance.
No, Joy. We'll just go on keeping Mr. Cassidy the best friend we've ever had. Now, you go on back to sleep for a while. Who are you and what are you doing here?
I ain't meaning no harm, lady. But I just wanted to see if I could borrow some tools to fix my stirrups.
Stay where you are.
You better put that thing down. It might go off.
It'll go off all right unless you tell me the truth. Who are you and what are you doing here?
Well, you see, ma'am, it's this way. I was just going by. Nice work, Smokey. You still know how to think fast.
Bob, he may be one of the rustlers.
Now, ain't that just too bad? And no Cassidy here to help you.
So Cassidy was right after all. You are mixed up with Bailey's gang. Why, you're even rottener than I thought you were.
I ain't interested in what you think of me. Come on. As Mr. Cassidy might say, it'll be safer for all concerned if you stay there until we get the cattle shipped. Cassidy's suspicious. I gotta tip Bailey off. We might have to take that herd tonight. Now, you stay here. If anybody happens by, see that she doesn't have a chance to talk.
Leave it to me.
Let me out of here!
You fellas want any more of this stew before I throw it out?
No.
I'll take some more coffee, Cookie. Coming right up, cowboy. Hey, where are them tracks you fellas saw this morning?
Up on the ridge. I've got an idea there's Bailey or some of his men spying on us.
Well, as soon as Hoppy gets back, we'll ride out and look around. If there's any funny business going on, I'll darn soon find it out.
Yeah, well, Hoppy may be sometime getting out here. You know, I think I'll have a ride up on that ridge and have a look for myself.
You? Where you expect to find? Why, you couldn't find teeth in a comb.
What do you know about teeth?
Don't you get personal with me, young feller. You'll find out you're dealing with the law.
Windy, I apologize for offending your dignity. After all, teeth or no teeth, what difference does it make? You know, a marshal's supposed to shoot a criminal, not fight him.
You're darn tootin'. I'll close your trap before I have to close it for you.
I better get out of here before he loses his temper.
How about me going along with you, kid? I know where the tracks are. You know, I've always wanted to see how you bar 20 men work.
Sure, glad to have your company.
Better keep an eye on him, Red. You know, he gets dumb enough to get you both lost.
Well, if we do, we'll send for a real marshal to come out and find us.
I don't know that we'd ought to let that kid go tramping off that way.
Oh, don't you worry about it, Lucky. He's been out with me long enough to know how to do things right.
Right here's where we saw the tracks.
Well, they're as easy to follow as a signboard. Let's track them a ways.
All right.
There he goes.
got a bad one there.
Shall I go back and get help, Mr. Cassidy?
No, we better get him back to camp. I get this stopped here. Feeling better, Lucky?
Well, I'm still seeing a few stars, but don't worry, Hoppy, I'll be all right.
I'm afraid you're going to pull through, Hoppy.
That'd make you mad, wouldn't it?
Oh, stop it, both of you. You're liable to be laid up for a couple of weeks. I'm going to send you back to the ranch in the chuck wagon.
No, you don't, Hoppy. You may need every gun you've got out here. I can still shoot.
You heard what I said. You're going back to the ranch.
Oh, but, Hoppy, I'll miss all the fun. Besides, you need me.
By night, we'll have more men out here than we can use. Windy's going into town after him now.
Oh, Hoppy,
Will you quit your arguing? Come on, boys. All right, Cookie, get started. All right, Hoppy.
That's all.
Kill him with it.
See you later, Hoppy.
All right, Windy. Say, Slim, I want to take a look at that country over the other side of the herd there. We can figure out so each one of us can have a section for guard duty.
All right, we'll go along with you.
Fine.
Come on, boys.
How about giving Cassidy a little welcome, boys?
Sure, let's give him the stranger song.
Hi there, stranger. It's a mighty fine treat and a pleasure to meet you. Hi there, stranger. Mighty proud to be here and a pleasure to greet you. These old wranglers extend a welcome hand. There's no danger, we're brothers of the land. You'll come right handy. We can share our grub, let our elbows rub from the Rio Grande up the Nome. Holy Elio, we'll spread our beds where the wild coyotes roam. So hi there, stranger, you can call this camp your home.
Well, hi there, stranger. It's a mighty fine treat and a pleasure to meet you.
Hi there, stranger, mighty proud to be here and a pleasure to greet you. This old wrangler extends a feeble hand. There's no danger, we're brothers of the land. You'll come right handy, we can share our club, let our elbows rub from the Rio Grande up to Nome. Oh, the Elio will spread our beds where the wild coyotes roam. So hi there, stranger, you can call this camp your home.
Well, if that's the way it stacks up, I'm for moving in on the herd right now.
No, we better wait till it gets dark.
Why should we? They've only got 6 or 7 men guarding the whole herd. It'll be easy for us.
Yeah, well, don't fool yourself about that Cassidy not being smart and fast. If it hadn't been for Mary and the kid, I'd be sweating in a one-horse jail right now.
Well, all I want is one more chance at him.
Yeah, you'll get that soon enough. Get the boys together and we'll ride back down to the ranch.
Why don't we just stay here until it gets dark? It's a shorter ride to the range.
It may be shorter, but not healthier. Cassidy might take a notion to go snooping around and come this way with some of his men. Why take chances when you don't have to? Come on, let's go.
Fred, Bill, come on, boys, mount up.
Joyce!
Mrs. Joyce ain't home. She went into town.
Well, who are you?
I just went to work for her this morning. She left me here to take care of the place.
Sounds kind of fishy to me. I don't like that fellow's looks.
Watch out, Cookie. That's one of the men Hoppy tangled with in town. There's something wrong here.
I'll soon find out.
Stay right where you are, mister. We want to find out a few things.
Hoppy, are you all right?
Sure, I'm all right, but what's it all about?
I'll tell you as soon as I get Joy. We gotta get out of here. Hang on tight, Joy.
What's happened, Tex?
The Joyce woman. In the chuck wagon, on her way to Cassidy.
We gotta stop her, Bailey, before she gets to him.
They're going to overtake us. We'll never make the camp.
All you can do is keep trying, Mary.
Get down. Well, there, you. Drop that gun. Bailey, you take care of the herd. I'll stay here and take care of the family until you're in the clear.
Right. Come on, boys, let's go.
Make yourself at home, Mrs. Joyce. Sit down.
What are you gonna do, Uncle Dan?
Uncle Dan's gonna tell you some fairy tales. And not the kind your mama told you either.
Oh, no, no, please.
Why not? It's not nice to tell lies to little boys.
I ain't meaning to tell you your business, Mr. Cassidy, but you're heading the herd away from the range.
Yeah, I know it. I want to get them into that pass.
Oh, there's no grass in there.
I know that, but it'll be a safer place to hold them in case somebody wants this herd.
Oh, I get it. We start the cows into the pass.
Yeah, and hold them there till Windy gets here with more men.
I might have known you had something in mind when you first swung the herd.
Now, let's get them in there.
I want you fellas to round up every rider in town for a party and report to me.
Right.
They're headed right in the pass. Couldn't make it easier for us if they tried.
Hey, Red! Bring your men up here and hold this herd!
What's up, Cassidy?
Somebody's down there in the rocks for the pass.
What do you make of it?
I got an idea I'm going to be beaten up with my friend, Mr. Bailey, before long. Come on, let's keep these cattle in here.
Now remember, you fellas, you're duly sworn in, constituted officers of law. And from now on, you're under my well, you're under my orders. Come on, let's get moving.
Oh, they stopped the herd. They won't come to us. We'll go to them. Come on.
That's Bailey leading them. They've got us outnumbered. If they want this herd, they're going to have to make a fight for it.
We can save a lot of killing, Slim. You boys give yourselves up and leave the rest to me.
What do you mean, give ourselves up? So that's the great Cassidy riding out on us when we need him most.
We'll do just like he says, Red. I've got an idea. He knows what he's doing. Put up your guns, boys.
Keep your hands in the air. All right, boys, tie them up.
Where's Cassidy? Why, he lit out for the tall timber as soon as he saw you coming.
So that's the kind of a guy he is. Yellow when it comes to an even chance. Well, I'll have the pleasure of meeting up with him again sometime. Sooner or later.
Sooner than you think. Get your hands up, all of you, or I'll let Bailey have it.
Don't shoot, Cassidy. Give me a chance.
Tell your men to get their hands up.
Do what he says, boys.
All right, Red. Get their guns. Get down. Come here. Now, if you've got nothing further to take up with me, Bailey, we'll just tie you up for safekeeping till the marshal gets here.
You took a long chance, Cassidy. Supposing they put up a fight.
Folks that go around kicking dogs and slapping little boys don't usually put up much of a fight when the odds are even. Put them down.
And Joey, that man hit that old storekeeper right over the head. And he'd done so many other mean things that when they caught him, they put him in jail for 20 years.
Don't, please don't.
He was a pretty nice fella, that guy, wasn't he, Joey?
No, Uncle Dan. He was the meanest man I've ever heard about.
He sure was. Do you want to know who he really was? That man was your...
Get the wagon, make a break for it.
If that runaway don't get her, the boys out there will.
I never had much respect for snakes or skunks. But after knowing you, they'll seem like real folks.
Go ahead and talk. You ain't got much more of it to do.
Bailey and his men's headed for the pass.
Get after him, men.
Wait a minute. All right, take them all into town. Well, that's Mary. The team's running away.
Joey, are you all right?
I'm all right, Mother. Gee, that was some ride.
That's just what I thought you'd say. Where's Lucky?
My brother is holding him back there. It's all my fault this happened, Hoppy. He never meant to keep his word.
Well, there's no time to worry about that now. I've got to go back and find Lucky. What happened? How'd you get away?
Your brother had a little accident. Windy happened along just in time.
Is he...
He'll never bother you again, man.
Did he say anything to...
No, he was going to.
That's all I want to know. Come on, get in the wagon so we can get you back and take care of this arm.
Oh, all I've been doing all day long is getting in and out of that wagon.
Well, then you ought to be used to it. Get in.
Oh, no. Who's going to drive?
Quit worrying. I am.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so?
Get in there.
I don't know how to thank you, Hoppy, for all you've done for me.
Well, you don't need to, Mary.
Well, there's something else I want you to do for me, but I don't know whether I have the right to ask.
Maybe you have. Get in and we'll talk it over.
I bet she's gonna do what I told her to. I bet she's gonna ask him.
Ask him what?
I bet she's gonna ask Hoppy. Nope, I forgot. Can't tell you that, because it's a secret between me and Ma.
Well, why don't you ask me?
Well, I was going to ask you if you'd stay on at the ranch until I get my cattle shipped.
Well, I figured we'd have to stay till Lucky gets well enough to travel.
But no longer?
Huh? Oh, no.
See, Lucky? I told you didn't have to worry about Hoppy. Come on.